Ex is so entitled, she thinks I should be paying bills for her and the guy she cheated with. Found out my girlfriend of 11 years was cheating on me with an unemployed dude, of all people. I'm not rich, but I provided her a good lifestyle, paid most of her bills, provided a nice place, nails and hair done regularly, dates every weekend, a couple vacations a year. She got used to that lifestyle and wanted to keep living it despite cheating with a broke dude. She didn't admit to the cheating. I caught on to it. Once it was clear I was done with her, the entitlement really started to show. She said because I had family in the area and she didn't, I should move out, but continue paying the bills to give her and the new guy a chance to get on their feet. She also insisted on keeping my dogs and told me I could only see my own dogs if I asked the new guy. But since they didn't have any money, I needed to continue paying for food and vet bills. Instead, I kicked her out and kept my dogs. At that point, she was angry and still felt entitled to my income. After I kicked her out of my place, she claimed she was forced to quit her job because I forced her to relocate. Then she tried to sue me for lost wages, which didn't work out in her favor. You'd think she'd stop at this point, but she didn't. She contacted my work and threatened to sue them, stating, "Your employees' actions cost me everything," and tried to insist they settle outside of court with her for $100,000. She didn't make that much money. Instead, my work filed harassment charges against her. You'd think she'd stop at that point, but she didn't. She started messaging every family member of mine she could find, told them I cost her everything out of spite just because she moved on with someone else, and that the least they could do is send her money to help her get a place and pay rent. When that didn't work, she went online and begged for people to send money to her Cash App to help her with a place to live, claiming it was a DV situation. I don't understand how she doesn't understand that any financial support I gave her would end if she cheated on me. We weren't married. We don't have kids. I supported her for years. I owe her nothing. I really don't owe it to her to help her and her new relationship get on their feet and establish themselves, which seems to come as a shock to her. Now for the top comments. That woman is unhinged. Hope OP has her permanently blocked everywhere. I have her blocked on everything and have a restraining order. She has some serious issues. I used to love her. Now I laugh at her. Keep records and recordings of everything. I wouldn't be surprised if she started trying to get the law involved by making abuse allegations. You are correct. She did try it. Posted pictures of herself in the hospital and claimed I attacked her. Luckily, I have Ring cameras that showed me at home all day on the day she claimed I attacked her. She didn't even call law enforcement, just posted it for sympathy, and included the hospital pics in her messages to my family when she was asking them for money. It was a fun and amusing story until she claimed DV. You need to sue her for slander or defamation, even if only asking for a token judgment of $1 to shut that stuff down. She claimed DV against her ex before me too, and I'm starting to wonder if it's a pattern with her. It absolutely disgusts me because I grew up seeing my mom be a genuine DV victim. People like her are why it can be so difficult for people like my mom to get help and support. I've definitely considered a slander suit. I'm in the process of getting my license in mental health counseling, and I could see her trying to get me to lose my license if I don't take some measures to protect myself. Surprised she didn't try to pull the pregnant with your kid card. Honestly, I'm a bit concerned about that because she is claiming she's pregnant. She's claiming it's the new guy's, but she looks kind of big and she's a smaller girl, so that's strange. She's only been with this new guy for about a month, but she looks like she's put on a good 30 pounds. I've successfully not gotten her pregnant for 11 years though, and I was pretty intentional about it. I don't think he's the only one she's cheated with though. He moved from out of state to be with her. We all knew each other from high school, but I caught her on local dating apps before the new boyfriend moved here. Part of me thinks she's putting on weight and faking a pregnancy, but I guess we shall see. Sounds like she was in a one-sided open relationship and forgot to inform you. Just when I think I've seen or heard it all when it comes to someone going crazy after being caught, something new comes up. However, she's on a completely different level. Good for you that you dodged her. Be prepared for her crawling back to you when she can't maintain her lifestyle. Yeah, she for sure at some point decided she could do whatever the heck she wanted. Yet she remained jealous and would go through my phone, track my location, and freak out if I was nice to or even acknowledged another female. If she came crawling back, I'd laugh in her face. She went from being a girl who had her master's degree, a decent job, and some things going for her, to a girl who lives with her new boyfriend's parents, has to borrow their vehicle, has no job, has legal issues, and has embarrassed herself and begged for money online. That's not attractive to me. On top of knowing she's a cheater, I also no longer respect her as a person. So that's a wrap for me. Next story. Am I wrong for not immediately forgiving my wife for sexting another man? Plus update. Original post. My wife, 32 female, and I, 36 male, married 8 months ago. We dated for 2.5 years prior to getting married. Recently, we were on an international vacation, and occasionally she would let me use her phone to check on things because I do not have an international plan on my phone. One day during the trip, I asked her if I could use her phone while she was taking a shower. When I had her phone in my hand, another man sent her an explicit message. I was surprised by the message coming through, and since she was in the shower, I clicked on it and saw there were quite a few back and forth messages. As I briefly read the conversation, I saw messages that she was enthusiastically responding to the man's explicit offers, describing things he wanted to do to her, and she responded with explicit things she wanted to do to him. When she got out of the shower, I asked her who this person was. She said it was an old boyfriend who messages her every once in a while, and that they have known each other for 12 years. She said he lives in a different part of the world, and they have never done anything in person, but they just have these explicit conversations every once in a while. I asked her why she has these conversations with him, and she said she likes the attention he gives her and likes it when men talk to her like this. Some of the language used wouldn't even come to my mind. Another reason I was shocked by these interactions was because some of the messages were sent right before times we were intimate, which felt really violating to me. I asked her why she did this, and she said she felt like I wasn't giving her the attention she needed. This was surprising to me because earlier that week she had asked me to give her more attention. And when I did, like touching her back or kissing her while we were out and about on vacation, she asked me to stop. I don't know what to do now. How can I forgive her? Should I forgive her? Now for the top comments before reading the update. Are you married to the wrong person? Yes. Annulment and fast. She's having an emotional affair. The only reason it's not physical is because he doesn't live near you. She will find someone closer and begin a physical affair. You're on a slippery slope, and not a good one. Get out while you can before you have children. You are wrong for not having already contacted a divorce attorney. I have already contacted an attorney, but haven't told her yet. She suggested counseling. We have an appointment tomorrow, but I am not sure if I want to try. Do not waste your time and money on counseling. You are only married for 8 months, and she is already cheating on you? She tried to blame you for her betrayal. She was never your girlfriend, fiancé, or wife. Part of her was always cheating with her ex. She has no idea what loyalty is. Run fast, run far away from her. Now for the update. I have spoken with an attorney and am making plans to move forward to separate. We met with a therapist. It was the initial meeting, and the therapist suggested having separate meetings with each of us. After the meeting, my current wife sent me an article titled, "Why Women Cheat on Men They Love." I told her that in my opinion, if she were truly remorseful, she would have sent an article titled, "How to Rebuild Trust After It Is Broken," or something like that, rather than sending me an article that excuses her behavior. She has since said she is sorry, and that she deleted the conversation and contact with this other man. At first, I thought that was good, but now I don't have the records of the conversation. I feel like she is sorry she got caught, not necessarily sorry about having an inappropriate conversation with another man. After the vacation, I told her to go stay with her family who live in the area because she wasn't welcome at my house. I am overwhelmed by the responses to this post. Thank you for your advice as I navigate this unbelievable situation. This is truly never something I could have imagined happening. I'm sorry it happened to you, man, but I'm also glad you're taking care of it sooner rather than later, unlike what I did. I think you're absolutely right about the article point, and also about the sorry she got caught realization. You've dealt with this in a pretty level-headed way, as well as in a way that shows you still have self-respect and strength. I sincerely hope you find a better half out there, and that your next vacation doesn't end up as BS as this one did. It still might not be a bad idea to have a home camera set up for the next few months while you navigate this, as sometimes people end up showing their crazy side, and it can help if anything happens to go down. Maybe an extra camera outside your house facing your car, assuming it's outside of a garage, as I've seen the worst happen before. Good luck with all of it, but personally, I believe you won't need it that much. You sound like someone very level-headed who truly puts the right effort into things. So instead I'll say good life and happiness to you. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. You are making the right choice, so it will prove. Go no contact and have any communications go through your lawyer. Unfortunately, your wife will likely attempt to further gaslight and manipulate you. Communication will be a waste of your time. If she emails or texts you, keep a record of what she sends, but do not respond. She is only sorry she got caught, as you suspect. The records of the conversation are no longer relevant. If you live in a no-fault state, they won't really help your divorce. Be sure to tell your family and friends the reason for the divorce. She will try to steer the narrative and turn them against you. Another user has recommended you get a camera to watch over your property. They are spot on. Set up several and change all the locks to your residence. Next story. My boyfriend is furious that I'm breaking up after he insisted on opening our relationship. My boyfriend and I, both in our early 30s, have been in a relationship for almost 4 months. From the beginning, the topic of an open relationship came up, and I was very clear that I wanted something exclusive. Eventually, we agreed that we could revisit the discussion after 1 year and see how I felt about it. At the time, I already suspected I wouldn't be okay with it. But I liked the idea of spending a year with him, so I thought I could cross that bridge when we got there, or we could break up with good memories. However, during a chill night together recently, he suddenly brought up the topic again and told me that he definitely wants an open relationship after 1 year. It was kind of out of nowhere because it wasn't even one of our topics recently. This instantly made me sad, not angry, because I was already struggling with the relationship in other ways. I had been trying to convince myself that I could deal with certain issues, such as his tendency to be selfish in many areas, ignoring my emotions if they don't align with his, and a sex life that hasn't been as fulfilling as I'd hoped, even though I've brought up the subject so many times. I told him that his timing really upset me, because I wasn't prepared to have this conversation, especially when we were already dealing with other issues. He apologized for bringing it up after seeing how sad I was. But the next day, I realized I was done. When I told him, he got angry and upset, saying I hadn't even thought it through, that our sex life was just fine, and that I was making up problems in my head. He also said that we had promised each other a great 1-year relationship, and now I was just giving up. I'm actually not someone who quits things easily, but the way he handled this topic, with such a strong focus on what he wants, rather than how I might feel, made me even more frustrated. And at this point, I don't even feel like I can bring up how I feel, because it would just make him angrier and he wouldn't consider what I say. Now I'm wondering if I should have even started this relationship in the first place. Am I being unreasonable for ending things? I do not want to feel guilty. You're absolutely not being unreasonable. You set clear boundaries from the start, and he chose to ignore them. A healthy relationship values mutual respect and emotional safety. Leaving isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself. You deserve better. OP has the right to choose what type of relationship she wants, and choosing a monogamous one is a very valid choice. Also, choosing someone that works with you rather than forcing the issue is extremely important. You shouldn't have stayed when he first brought it up because you knew it wasn't gonna be for you. Why choose to deliberately waste your time? And the man's sex life is bad enough with one woman, yet he believes he can satisfy several at the same time? Okay. Haha, I thought the same thing. He is going to end having a bunch of one-night stands because no one wants another round. It's not about satisfying other women, it's about satisfying himself with having multiple women. He couldn't care less about how they feel or whether they enjoy themselves, just that his ego gets stroked, he gets prioritized, and he gets off. This is giving me selfish lover and narcissistic vibes. Last story. Am I wrong for cutting my friend out over this? I'm 27 male, and she is 23 female. We have been friends for the last few years. I asked her out on a date twice. She said no twice. The last time I asked her out was November 22nd. Once she said no the second time, I put my feelings for her aside and continued being good friends with her. We are very close. She knows pretty much everything about me, and I would like to think I knew her. Over the weekend we were out. I wasn't drinking, she was. She took me to one side and told me she wanted to talk to me. She told me she was falling in love with me and had been feeling this way for a while. She cried. I told her that I felt the same, but that we should talk about it more when she was sober. I walked her home, but we went around our small town for hours just talking. The next day when we were sober, she told me she didn't mean what she said. She was sorry for playing with my emotions, but she didn't give any explanation as to why she said it. This conversation happened about 12 hours ago. My heart is broken. I said some pretty vulnerable things to her when she was drunk. Things that cannot be unsaid. Now that I've made myself vulnerable with her, and for her to take back everything she said to me when she was drunk, it makes me angry. I'm angry because she knew I had a thing for her, and I feel like she just wanted attention on that one night, and I was an easy place to get it. I just want to move on. I don't feel like I'm going to be able to continue to be myself around her. I feel like the friendship we had has changed because of the lies over the weekend, and I genuinely feel like a fool for falling for it all. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Now for the comments. Definitely not wrong. Someone who plays with your emotions like that just for attention is someone you don't want to be around. I'm going to find it difficult because we genuinely were very close to each other, but I also don't want to subject myself to this. I was at peace just being friends. It's easy for me to maintain friendships despite having romantic feelings. It's not easy for me to just forget about this and move on. She seems like she doesn't know what the heck she wants. Sounds like it's best to cut her out of your life. Or it's worst, and she likes having a backup. She plans to always keep OP within arm's length, and if she does not meet the man of her dreams, she will settle for the guy she knows adores her. OP, you're not wrong to ditch her. With knowledge of your past feelings, her behavior was just cruel. Yep, your plan B, never going to be plan A. Bet she doesn't want to see you with anyone else either. Been there, done that. Walked.